Hello dear viewers and welcome to another episode of Kebab Connoisseur. On the day you are watching this video is actually a very special day for this channel because I'm celebrating exactly 1 year since I released my first video. So it is the first birthday of my channel, and then obviously I did not want to do just a regular kebab review. I wanted to do something special. So what I'm gonna do today is in fact teach you how you can make your own kebab at home, and I will also calculate what is the cost and what is the value you get for that. So first things first, the procedure will be I'll show you which ingredients I use, then I'll note down the quantities using the scale, and then finally I will invite my flatmate who will help review the kebab. So we will be able to see how good am I of a kebab meister as opposed to just criticizing other people's work. So first things first, if you want to make a kebab, you obviously need to have kebab meat. So this thing here, King Kebab House, it is 350 gram bag of kebab meat, which is pre-made, so all you need to do is defrost it and then heat it up in a microwave. So 3 of these bags of 350 grams, so 1050 grams in total, cost 10 pounds in Iceland. That means that you're paying slightly below 10 pounds for a kilo. It is fairly expensive, considering that somewhere for 10 pounds you can find fresh salmon or a beef steak. There are some cheaper alternatives as well. However, this is definitely high quality kebab meat, and if you look at the ingredients behind, it has a much higher percentage of actual meat compared to some cheaper alternatives. If you want to totally avoid processed meats, you could also do this with chicken breast, so it's kind of a chicken wrap instead of a kebab wrap. I'll leave that up to you. Then I have cherry tomatoes, 250 grams, I think it's something like 60p. This here is feta cheese. I already had an open pack, so this is all something like 85p in Aldi or Lidl, 200 grams of it. I have a half-cut onion, red onions, you can get 1 kilo for a pound. Little gem lettuce, which is the most expensive lettuce of them all still. It costs something like 80p for 300 grams. If you want to save even more money, you can get iceberg, but I find iceberg to be tasteless. Then I have a Greek yogurt. Now this is for the sauce. You can buy a pre-made, for example, chili or garlic sauce if you want to use that one. You can also get something like cream instead of Greek yogurt, but once again I had Greek yogurt here, and this one is already open, so I'm gonna use that one. Then Mediterranean style herb tortilla wraps, 8 pieces, cost 1 pound. And finally the spices I'm gonna use. Now this here is a spicy sauce from Mexico, so unfortunately you cannot buy this one in the UK. I can't remember exactly how much it cost, but we're only gonna put a few drops of it anyway, so let's neglect this one when we calculate the value for money. If not, you can get similar ones in, for example, Tesco. Get those maybe West Indian sauces, basically something that's very spicy, or you can get Tabasco, which is a bit more expensive. I also have crushed chilies here and garlic granules. So these are the spices I will use. The way you start making a kebab is hopefully you first wash your hands. Then we open this bag, you put it in a bowl, and then we heat it up in the microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. While you're doing that, you can prepare the vegetables, and then all you have to do is wrap everything up and you are done. Alright, so welcome back dear viewers. So what I did is I washed the vegetables and I've heated up the kebab meat in the microwave, which I will show you a bit later. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna measure exactly how much of ingredients we have, and keep in mind this is done for 2 wraps, so it's either for 2 people or for 1 person if you're really hungry. So we have our trusty scale here. I'm just gonna put a plate on it and then zero it. And now we're gonna measure how much of different ingredients we have. So onion is 24 grams. Lettuce is 52 grams. So what we're gonna do now is simply slice the vegetables. Do the same with feta cheese. We'll dice it into small cubes. Tomatoes, I will just slice them in halves because they're cherry tomatoes, so they're already fairly small. And finally, these onions, the smaller pieces, you can cut it into the batter. So now we're done. We're not gonna actually need a knife anymore. As I take the meat out of the microwave, I'm gonna put in 2 wraps and I'm just gonna briefly heat them up for 30 seconds. That's enough for wraps, but you just want them to be nice, warm and soft. So right here, you can see the meat, how it looks like. It is still steaming hot. Alright, so now we are ready to start making a kebab. So we have heated up the kebab meat, we heated up tortillas, we have sliced the ingredients which need to be chopped, and then finally here are the condiments and our sauce. So we'll simply get a plate, take one of tortillas. So let's start here with the meat. We'll take roughly half of it, put it kind of in a straight line, and then we'll put the rest of the ingredients in that same line. I'll try to roughly use 1/2 of the ingredients per each tortilla, but I'll probably not be perfect. Take like 1 big spoonful of Greek yogurt. Again, if you don't like Greek yogurt, you can maybe put cream instead of it. If you don't like cream, then you can get something like an industrial soy sauce or whatever you prefer. We're gonna get this spicy Mexican sauce and put a bit of it on it. Crushed chilies, garlic granules. So you could imagine that these garlic granules plus the yogurt, it's almost like a homemade garlic sauce. So this is how it looks like before we wrap it. It looks delicious, actually, if I might say. To wrap it, you take first one end, you fold it like this, and then you bring the other 2 ends together. So this is tortilla number 1. Tortilla number 2 incoming. So here is a reviewer for today.
Hello,
my flatmate Dorin. You want the bigger or the smaller one?
Bigger.
One is, okay, this one is around 60 grams heavier. Well, bon appetit.
It's an honor. That's the right amount of spice in it, I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
And only get a spicy kebab like this.
I think this one could have been a bit spicier, but it's okay. I've eaten kebabs which are way less spicy than this one. But can you comment a bit more on the...
What would you want to know?
On the ingredients and everything? You would say, oh, I don't know, the sauce is very good, or oh, it's very nicely mixed together, or the wrap is good.
I like the mix of veggies and meat. What I miss? Ooh.
Oh, I need to hold the bottom. See, he's inexperienced. The kebab eater does not know how to eat a wrap. As you can see, I'm using my pinky finger to hold the bottom so it doesn't fall out. Well, I had to get water, so I guess it's too spicy for him.
What I'm missing from here It's jalapenos. Does it have jalapenos inside?
No. And, well, it has this jalapeno sauce, Mr. Pica. Oh, sorry, no, this habanero sauce, and it has crushed chilies. This authentic Mexican sauce, but I told the viewers that they can get something similar in different shops because you cannot buy this one in the UK.
I like the feta cheese touch as well.
Okay, so I finished mine. I wish I made it a bit spicier, although now once I finished it, I'm feeling more spiciness come in. It's like there's a delay in eating it. So this wrap was very modest. It was only 300 grams. I think normally I make them a bit bigger. So his was around 350. Not too generous, but then again we are trying to lose weight. So we cannot make it, we cannot totally pack it with ingredients. It would not be appropriate.
I'm curious, how would you rate your own kebab?
I didn't put as much spiciness as I wanted to. I would say maybe 3.5, but that's my own rating. I did put a fair amount of Greek yogurt. I would normally put it a bit less, but then I did not compensate with enough of the spicy sauce. So it was a bit too mild for my taste, even though, I mean, it is still spicy, but not as spicy as I would have hoped for. Keep in mind that I also add feta cheese, which will additionally make the kebab milder. So again, if you like it spicy like I do, you need to compensate with putting more of the chili sauce or crushed chilies. What is your rating? How would you rate this kebab? 1 to 5.
It's a strong 4 out of 5. I like the Mediterranean vibe to it with the yogurt and the feta cheese. That was nice. I was missing the jalapenos if I have to complain about something, even though the sauce is quite nice. This is the spice, the one that gave it the spiciness.
Well, that and chilies. It's
rather than that, I don't know, it was a good kebab. Maybe the bread was a bit too cold, but
that's often a problem with these wraps. I heat them up in the microwave before, but they get cold very quickly. Normally in kebab shops, I think they use a toaster. So they're gonna prepare everything and then they're additionally gonna toast the wrap.
As I said, it's a strong 4 out of 5. There is always place for improvement, but overall a very good kebab.
Well, thank you for reviewing then.
It's been a pleasure.
This video demonstrated how to make a kebab from the comfort of your home. Here is a list of ingredients used for one wrap, their quantities and the cost to procure them. Keep in mind that the spicy Mexican sauce is not listed since it is not available in the UK, but one can easily add spiciness to the kebab by adding extra chili flakes. Over half of the total cost of one wrap comes from the kebab meat, but even when using a premium brand, the cost is less than €1. All the other ingredients are very inexpensive, ranging from 13 to just 1 pence per ingredient. The average weight of a single wrap I made was 333 grams, which is less than one would get in the majority of kebab shops around UK. The main reason for this is the small size of the wraps available in supermarkets, which in turn limits the amount of ingredients one can put inside them. On the other hand, one can easily make 2 wraps if feeling very hungry. The price of a single wrap is very respectable, £1.34. The value for money is superb at 248 grams per pound, a figure which is only superseded by 2 kebab joints in Turkey. Finally, in terms of relative affordability, a homemade kebab blows all competition out of the water at 18.8 kilograms per day, a figure which is more than 50% higher than the runner-up. When it comes to taste, an independent reviewer gave it very solid 4 out of 5 stars. That is all for today. I hope you enjoyed this special episode and I will see you next week in a new review.